Hey YouTube, Daily Shoe Frenzy here, bringing you SB Dunk Low Arts and Rec. When did these come out? I don't even know when these came out. I want to say July. I just shot the Kobe 5 Pro Tro, Caitlin Clark, for her recreational use. I'll show that other shoe. But this is the left shoe, Arts and Rec, size 7.5. I was waiting to send these to Stadium Goods. If you saw my prior video, because I had the Kobe 5 Pro Tro, and I was waiting for the to price approval from Stadium Goods. So I wanted to ship these together, hoping that the price would have went up on these. This is a interesting looking shoe. Um, you have the SB on the tongue, Dunk Low Pro. I thought these would go for a little bit more. What am I sending them for? I'm sending it to them for 187. I believe I paid 150, 155 or something like that. Prices of sneakers has definitely gone up. I don't know if you can see that in there. Where's my camera lock? Oh, there we go. There we go. SB Dunk Low. So that's gonna blur up, but on the tongue there, colorway's kind of interesting. My children, when they saw it, said it was ugly. I said, yeah. Sometimes fashion, is that way. Still trying to figure out my lighting as I get back in the swing of things. For sneakers, I think there's supposed to be some good sneakers releasing, at least for resale. I don't keep anything. I'm not a collector. I'm a sneaker reseller. So I resell everything that I actually get. Let's see if I can mess with my lighting here. This one's got shadows in it. Oh, so it's got shadows. Figuring out my lighting again. Getting, like I said, back to it. This is the left shoe, size 7.5. I mean, it's an interesting style. Definitely an interesting colorway. If you're into that kind of thing. Not a loud shoe because I consider loud, vibrant colors. More dark, you got your dark green, your tan and black, if you will. Then you got your pink here on your toe box. So, interesting shoe and style. I don't know any of the history of Arts and Recs. I don't really get into all that. I see a shoe, I think it's going to sell, or a market looks like it's going to sell, then I try to get my hands on it. I believe that one was a raffle. Oh, sorry, not a raffle. First come, first serve on sneakers. I don't think it was. What's the shock drop again? Like a countdown on that. I don't believe it was. This is the right shoe. Says for recreational use only. Probably not gonna be able to see that. Let's see if we can get that right with my lighting. I may have to fix my lighting after. Before I post the video actually on YouTube, because it does look a little dark as I'm looking through it. I am shooting this on iPhone 16 Pro. I think that's what I have. Cinematic mode. I got two studio lights here and background on. So I'll see after the video is done. Looks like it's locking in. I don't want to lock in on that. But there's your toe box. There it goes. Let's see if it shows. It does show the tongue. So shooting a little bit better. They do send 3 laces: pink, green, peach, if you will, white, and it comes with the black laces. So yeah, it's an interesting shoe to say the least. I thought I would get more for it, but doesn't look like it. I should say it doesn't look like it. It's not going to be the case because you can't go up on price with Stadium Goods. So when they lock you into that price, the range, whatever it was, might have been 150 to I think 187 was the high. That's what I picked for my price. I obviously didn't want to sell it for 150 because I think I paid 150, 155, somewhere in that range. So that wouldn't have made any sense to me. So I chose the higher end. We'll see if they sell right off because it's still not a high price. For somebody that really wants the shoe, they could get it. But Nike seems like they're lowering their stock again. Is what they've been putting out. Obviously, people aren't buying. People aren't buying Jordans like that, depending on the style of them. I can't even think of another shoe. Travis Scott, Nigels. Depending on the Jordan style and what number it is, they don't sell out. So they're trying Kobe's. Depend on the Kobe's they are, they sit. So I'm more of a stock person also. So I know the stock isn't doing too well. Change out CEO. So on the business side of it, so they got to figure out something. And you have New Balance and Adidas signing athletes now. Somebody just left Nike the other day to sign with Fabletics. I want to say it was Jameer Chase. I want to say Jamar Chase. I believe he signed with Fabletics. I think I saw it yesterday. I believe so. I'm almost positive I saw that yesterday on Twitter. So you got Nike not doing too well. So they got to figure out things and revamp things. Come out with some new storylines. I don't know how many more storylines they could have for a pair of Jordans to lure people into buying them. But they need to create another shoe. I believe twos, the pink one with the check on them. I don't think those are doing well. I should say no because I didn't even try to go after those. LeBron's dropping a shoe in 37 different colorways. Don't know what LeBron that is. With the original colorway, I think is the gold shoe. If you saw that online, but that's not going to do anything. Nobody's buying those. So they got to figure out something else other than relying on Kobe, Travis Scott, and Nigel. I mean, those are their top selling shoes. I'm thinking of off the top of my head. Nobody's buying foams at 230, 240. Jordans, I believe, depending on the style, are going for over 200 retail now. I'm going to say 215 for the popular ones, 200 for the regulars. Kobe's at 205 price range, including shipping and tax. So they're getting up there with the prices. So I mean that's why most people don't resell now because it really crushes on the margins. So I just buy a single pair here and there that I could get my hands on. I think I could resell for a little bit of profit. These are going to be a loss, but the Kobe's, if I could get 660 out of those, that'd be a little profit of 200 or so. Held those since June, and we're now shooting this video September 5th. So make a little bit of money on those if I get that price. But the next time I get another shoe in, I'll talk about my resale on the Kobe's. Hopefully they've been sold by then and not sitting. As I said, it's September 5th. No other major holiday coming. Usually people spend a little more during the holiday. I don't know how many kids, because that seems to be the thing now. The kids buy basketball sneakers to actually hoop in versus a fashion statement. Like back in the days, I'm old, I'm in my 40s, so back in the days, you went hooping a Jordan, you would wear Jordan out from New York also. So in New York City, you would wear your Jordans on the street instead of hooping in them. That was a shoe at the time, and they were expensive for what they were. Now, kids, I was almost at the Yeezys. Kids are hooping in KDs, Anthony Edwards, stuff like that, which aren't as expensive. I think they're $150 Anthony Edwards. So, but still, that's a hefty price to buy a shoe and then hoop in it. Kids are hooping in Grinches. Who knows if they're authentic or not? But that's an expensive shoe to be hooping in, especially as a kid. So, yeah, off a little sideways there with the fashion and the shoe. But yeah, getting back to Nike, they just got to figure it out. Come up with somebody else. I know Reebok, Shaq, and Iverson have tried to take over and revamp that. New Balance with all athletes they've signed. So Nike's in a little pickle. I'll leave it there. I'll give an update on the next shoe that I get in for resale and tell you how the sales went on these, and keep it flowing for the sneakers that I do get in, for the sneakers that I'm interested in going after and making a little bit of profit. But I'll leave it there. Until then, see you in the next one.